Sure. Here's a detailed 880-word YouTube video script for a review of the 1962 Willys Jeep truck, tailored for your channel Car Operation. Welcome back to Car Operation, where we dive deep into the legends of the road. Today, we're throwing it all the way back to a true American classic, an icon of rugged utility and old-school charm. We're reviewing the 1962 Willys Jeep truck. This machine isn't just a vehicle, it's a statement. Built tough, designed with purpose, and still turning heads over 60 years later. So buckle up, because we're about to explore the exterior, interior, performance, and pricing of this vintage workhorse. Let's start with the first thing that catches your eye, the exterior. The 1962 Willys Jeep truck is unmistakable. From the moment you lay eyes on it, you're greeted with a boxy, no-nonsense design that screams functionality. Its front grille, with those vertical slats, is a direct descendant of the iconic World War II Willys MB. The fenders are squared off, tough as nails, and give the truck a rugged stance that looks ready to tackle anything. Unlike the smoother lines you see on modern pickups, the Willys Jeep truck is unapologetically angular. Every bolt, every line, and every curve is there for a reason. Measuring just under 200 inches in length with a wheelbase of about 118 inches, this truck is compact by today's standards, but it makes excellent use of space. It came in both two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive variants, but most surviving models you'll see today are 4x4s, the ones meant to go off-road, haul loads, and survive just about any terrain. The steel bed was designed for real-world tasks, whether you were a farmer, a forest ranger, or just someone who needed a tough truck that wouldn't quit. The split windshield and exposed door hinges add even more old-school charm, and let's not forget the unmistakable Willys stamping on the hood, a badge of honor from a time when vehicles were built with purpose over polish. Now, stepping into the interior, you're reminded that this truck was born in a different era. There's no touchscreen, no automatic climate control, and certainly no leather-trimmed heated seats. What you do get is simplicity, functionality, and a connection to the machine that modern trucks often lack. The cabin is Spartan, but that's part of its appeal. You'll find basic bench seating, often upholstered in vinyl or simple cloth, and a large steering wheel that feels more like something off a tractor than a family sedan. The dashboard features a metal panel with round analog gauges, speedometer, fuel level, oil pressure, and coolant temperature. That's it. No distractions, no digital nonsense, just the essentials to get the job done. Some models came with a heater, but air conditioning was not an option. And honestly, the cabin feels more like a cockpit than a lounge. But for those who love the nostalgia and raw driving experience, it's a time machine that delivers every time you fire it up. Now, let's talk performance. Under the hood, the 1962 Willys Jeep truck typically came equipped with the Hurricane F4-134 engine, a 2.2-liter inline-4 that produced about 75 horsepower and 114 pound-feet of torque. Not exactly a powerhouse by modern standards, but remember, this engine was known for its durability and low-end torque, which made it ideal for off-road use and hauling heavy loads. Later models also offered the 6-226 Super Hurricane, a 3.7-liter inline-6 that pushed output to around 105 horsepower, which was a big deal back then. These trucks used a 3-speed manual transmission, sometimes with a Borg-Warner overdrive unit, and a 2-speed transfer case for the 4WD models. Performance was slow and steady, top speeds rarely broke 65 miles per hour, but the real magic happened off the pavement. With solid axles, leaf spring suspension, and a short wheelbase, the Willys Jeep truck could crawl through mud, climb rocky trails, and haul gear where other trucks wouldn't dare to go. It wasn't built for speed, it was built to survive, and it did, for decades. Braking was handled by drum brakes on all four corners, and let's be honest, stopping wasn't this truck's strong suit. But again, you're not buying a 1962 Willys to race around town. You're buying it for its authenticity, its capability, and its unmatched charm. Now let's talk money. Pricing for a 1962 Willys Jeep truck varies wildly depending on condition, originality, and modifications. A well-worn example in need of full restoration might go for as low as $5,000 to $8,000. These are often rolling projects, mechanically complete but rough around the edges. For a solid driver with good bones, expect to pay anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000. These usually have decent paint, working 4WD, and are mechanically sound, if not pristine. Fully restored or tastefully modified models can fetch upwards of $30,000, especially if they've been updated with modern amenities like upgraded brakes, suspension, or a newer engine while retaining that vintage look. Rarity, documentation, and provenance can also bump up the price. But here's the thing, this truck isn't just a vehicle. It's a collector's piece, a conversation starter, and a portal to a different time in American motoring history. So, who is this truck really for? It's for the enthusiast, the collector, the weekend restorer. It's for someone who values history over horsepower, simplicity over screens, and ruggedness over refinement. Driving a Willys Jeep truck is less about the destination and more about the experience. You feel every bump, every shift, every rumble of that inline 4 or straight 6 under the hood. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 1962 Willys Jeep truck. If you're into classic trucks that carry real heritage, this one deserves a spot on your radar. Thanks for riding along with Car Operation. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more classic car content, and tell us in the comments what vehicle you want us to cover next. Until next time, keep your engines running and your stories rolling. Let me know if you want a voiceover style version or would like to include visual cues for editing.